What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another Prizepicks MLB player props video, coming off a nice 2-0 video last time out, going with the Fernando Tatis over hitter fantasy score, Freddie Freeman over fantasy score. Both guys went deep. Talked about liking that matchup for Tatis off Lance Lynn, whose hard contact had been up, his K rate had been up. His K rate had been down, and Fernando Tatis's K rate has been up. So I thought that was a great matchup for him to explode. Went deep. Same thing I talked about with Freddie Freeman, the decline of Michael Walker's recent numbers. He was able to go deep, so be cash. Went 2-0, and we are currently on a 20-8 run. We're hitting at a 71.43 win percentage, which means that I could put that run in the title. For those that are new to the channel, anytime we're hitting at above a 65% winning rate, I put that we're on a run in the title. And the reason for that is because I give out 2 picks for free, and we have to hit at a 65% hit rate or higher to get a 27% return on investment based on those numbers if you were to run 2-man. So that's why I set myself for that standard. I want to make sure I'm providing you guys with some really good, high-quality content for free. Just keep in mind, if you are running all 2-mans, you got to hit at that rate. If you're hitting at that same rate, running all 6-mans, you can get 150% return on investment. So that is what I would advise. 5 and 6-mans are better. But if you're hitting at above a 65% hit rate on just strictly 2-mans, you will be profitable. You will get a 27% return on investment over time. So if you enjoy the content, it would be greatly appreciated if you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. It is free. It takes 2 seconds to do. It does really help me out. Let's get this thing up to over 100 likes. If you tuned in yesterday, you should have won money. Let's get this thing up over 100 likes. It's free. It does help me out a lot. And if you're looking to step up your game even more, I do offer premium content packages. It has a link below in the description. That's going to give you access to all my picks, all my tickets as soon as I place them for all sports, all apps. We've got MLB going on right now, NFL, college football, a whole lot more. Check it out if you're interested. Going to give you guys 2 more picks from these later games, so you should have plenty of time to get these in as always. And let's talk about it. So, first game that I would like to discuss today is going to be the Atlanta Braves taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. The Atlanta Braves on the road in Philadelphia here tonight. They have a 5.03 implied total, and they have a guy at the top of the lineup that's starting to heat up again. He's been hot all year. He's setting records for home runs and stolen bases. It's Ronald Acuna Jr., and he gets a great matchup tonight for right-handed hitters, specifically Christopher Sanchez. Has been fantastic versus left-handed bats. However, against righties, not so much. Acuna's numbers against lefties over the last 30 days have been, I guess, quote-unquote, underwhelming for him, even though they're still really good. On the entire season, he has a 214 ISO, 403 WOBA, 13.1% K rate, 12.3% walk rate. Last 30 days, that's down to a 154 ISO, so the power's been down, but the contact's still been phenomenal. 402 WOBA, only a 6.9% K rate. The guy's just simply not striking out. 10.3% walk rate. He's not chasing bad pitches. And Christopher Sanchez, 16.7% K rate, really low. He only walks guys at a 1.4% clip, so the ball's been in the zone. He's giving up a 200 ISO and a 357 WOBA. That is a recipe for disaster taking on Ronald Acuna Jr. tonight. Not to mention that Ronald Acuna leads the entire MLB with stolen bases, which I talk about frequently on this channel, being an important part of fantasy score if you're targeting fantasy score, because you get 5 points for every one of those stolen bases. He's got 65 bags swiped so far in the season. So he's got the contact, the power, the stolen base upside. He is a fantasy score cheat code in the Prizepicks scoring format, and now he gets to take on a guy on the road, guaranteed top of the ninth inning at bats for these Atlanta Braves in the best lineup in baseball, so he should get plenty of opportunities. And the guy's been really struggling versus right-handed hitting. So this is a great matchup here for Ronald Acuna Jr. to capitalize on tonight. For pick number 1, we're going with the over 10.5 hitter fantasy score here for Ronald Acuna Jr. Obviously, that score is a bit high compared to some other guys that you'll be targeting on the Prizepicks app, but for good reason. Just talked about it, Acuna. I mean, look, he's cleared this in 4 of the last 5. He's a beast, man. Stolen bases, contact, power, upside, and you cannot forget he's in the best lineup in baseball. I talk about this a lot. I don't think people understand like how important lineup protection is around you in the game of baseball. If you can hit really well, but everyone around you in the lineup kind of stinks, the guys can just pitch around you. This Atlanta Braves lineup, of course, Ronald Acuna Jr. is really good, but the rest of the lineup's so good too. They can't pitch around him. And the last thing I'll bring up here is the hitting environment in Philadelphia. As far as Citizens Bank Park's concerned, you can see really good hitting environment out to left field. You can see the home runs are very friendly. Right field, the home runs are friendly. And the gap doubles, triples to right center. Acuna can really spray it everywhere. So pick number 1, we're going with the over 10.5 hitter fantasy score here for Ronald Acuna Jr. Talked about it. Stolen base upside. Taking on a lefty that really struggles in a phenomenal lineup where the lineup's going to move up and down. He should get plenty of at-bats. And yeah, Can't ask for much more out of a guy than what Ronald Acuna Jr. provides for you in targeting fantasy score on Prizepicks. Pick number 1. Those of you that don't know how the Prizepicks fantasy scoring format goes, I talk about this a lot, but I'll just go over it real quick. 3 points for every single, 5 for every double, 8 for every triple, 10 for every home run, 2 for runs, 2 for RBIs, 2 for base on balls, 2 for hit by pitches, and 5 for stolen bases. So that's why I talk about those stolen bases so frequently. That's a quick 5 fantasy points. If he gets on base with a single, that's going to be 3, let's say. Then he steals second, that's going to be a quick 8. And then if someone hits him in, he's already at 10 fantasy points his first at bat, which we see frequently out of this Atlanta Braves lineup. They're just so talented. So that'll be pick number 1. And then pick number 2, going to talk about another just all-around threat as far as the fantasy scoring format on Prizepicks. Another guy that's going to be batting on the road here tonight, and he's in this Kansas City Royals lineup. They only have a 4.07 implied total, but Bobby Witt Jr. in this 2 spot. Once again, we got Ronald Acuna Jr., Bobby Witt Jr. Pairing up the juniors here today in today's video, and for good reason. Bobby Witt, another phenomenal talent. He gets to take on a guy in Mike Clevenger tonight who's been very underwhelming on the season. He has stepped up his game as of late, I will say. Clevenger's numbers have been a lot better, but still pretty average versus right-handed hitting. 21.7% K rate, 6.7% walk rate, a 154 ISO, 297 WOBA. I mean, that's respectable, but this is just a scenario of where better talent is going to beat you, and that's Bobby Witt Jr. A 259 ISO, 345 WOBA, only a 9.1% walk rate. And Bobby Witt, once again, one of the top stolen base guys in the entire league. He's 4th on the list with 42 stolen bases on the season. So very similar to Ronald Acuna on the road. Has the power, has the contact, has the speed, can get you there in so many different ways. He gets to go into Chicago tonight. As far as the hitting environment in Chicago, we'll go ahead and pull that up for you guys. As far as guaranteed rate field, you can see not the best in the world. However, it is pretty friendly for those home runs. So, you know, the doubles in the gap, the triples, etc. The outfield plays a little small. Really friendly for home runs, though, and singles to right-handed hitters. And like I said, Bobby Witt Jr., another scenario of a guy that can get you there in so many different ways. He can steal bases. If they're going to walk him and put him on base, that's the stolen base upside. He's still going to present, obviously, without getting those hits. And he's got the power, the speed. Talked about this last night with Freddie Freeman and Fernando Tatis. It was a very similar breakdown as far as how they could get us there in so many ways. Power, speed, contact, etc. Both those guys went deep last night. I wouldn't be surprised to see, you know, Acuna and Bobby Witt go both deep here tonight. Also, wouldn't be surprised to see them both swipe some stolen bases and get us there. So, great to have multiple ways to be able to clear the over. And both of these guys certainly do here tonight in Ronald Acuna Jr., in Bobby Witt Jr. Fantastic talents on the road, guaranteed top of the 9th inning at bats, and some pretty great matchups here. Pick number 2, we're rocking with the over 8.5 hitter fantasy score here for Bobby Witt Jr. Talked about it. Clevenger's been better, man, but he's pretty underwhelming talent, and especially Bobby Witt Jr. I mean, good luck. Kansas City actually has some pretty respectable hitters throughout this lineup, believe it or not. For being a team that's not one of the best lineups in the league, they've actually been a pretty solid lineup. So that will be pick number 2, and that will be my 2 picks. Get you winning some money over here on Prizepicks in the MLB tonight, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. It's free. It takes 2 seconds to do. Let's get the thing up over 100 likes. Let's keep this hot streak going. Keep winning everybody some money, making everybody happy on the channel with these free videos is the goal. And once again, the premium content will be linked below in the description. The deposit matches will be linked below in the description. If you're interested in joining some other platforms that I cover, we'll have football content out here before you know it. For week 2, week 3 of college football. So, best of luck tonight on your MLB player props, and we will see you in the next one.